Hey everyone, Mike here from PawnMate. In this video, I'm going to share with you how we do data migration. So that's taking data from your current system over to PawnMate. And not only that, I'm going to share with you our process for you to be going live and how we try to eliminate any issues prior to you going live so that when you are live, that first day is not stressful and it's as easygoing as possible with all this stuff going on. So let's start from the beginning. You're interested to move forward in PawnMate. Everything is taken care of, and now it's time for you to send in your backup files. So we've migrated from a number of platforms such as PawnMaster and Bravo and PawnDex and PawnPower and Pawn Manager and a series of others as well. Now, let's just take PawnMaster for example. So I would send you a secure link where then you would go ahead and send us the backup file of PawnMaster. And then you would also include the PawnMaster management report so we can compare the numbers. Now, once you send that over to us, it takes us anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes to get that data in, and it really depends on how large of a database you have. Okay, so once your data is in, then Mark compares the numbers here that Mark did. This is 24 days ago on a migration that we did from PawnMaster. So you can go ahead and have a look at these numbers here, and we are spot on with our numbers, bringing that over. Okay, so really important. Once that data is inside PawnMate, and let me just show you, what Mark does is if he's in our custom CRM that we built that manages our complete business, to be honest, from start to finish and support and everywhere in between. This is the data migration section where Mark can go ahead and choose, the pawn rules for mapping. He can choose the migration information, and so you can see that he has gone in there and built a number of migration routines for software that is out there. Okay, so he chooses which migration type, what account to import in, ticket number migration type, inventory ID migration type. Update categories, add departments to descriptions, the environment type, and then he sends the completion email and to clear the data to himself once everything is taken care of. Now he also runs other routines once that is done to update categories, to update pawn amounts, and to run a migration checklist. So what this migration checklist is a checklist that lets us know if there's anything that we need to look at, if there's any anomalies that we have to look at to really streamline that migration for you. Okay, so once that is done, numbers are in, that is done, then now it's the pawnbroker going in and double checking the data. So some of the data that we want to check: names, addresses, all that, loans, pawns, buys that are inside the customer history. Now I'm going to direct you to this page here in support called Onboarding, and this is really the checklist that we use on an ongoing basis to get you live, to make sure that we're not missing anything. Because a lot of the issues comes down to a few things. One, the settings from your current system to PawnMate are different, right? So you're going to have some issues there until the settings get vetted out. Two, a lot of times we'll ask if your pawn rules are 30 days, and then you may say yes, but the data that is brought over, the raw data, states their month rules, so not 30 days, and then vice versa. A lot of times we'll get, hey, my rules, I do monthly pawns. In reality, the raw data states they're 30-day pawns. So you'll have some inconsistencies. So we got to make sure those are correct. But what we do here is we list the type of transaction that you do at the store, the description, and we're looking for you to answer no, yes, or not applicable. Okay. When we have no here and we are meeting with you on a weekly basis, helping you in the system, and we go to this page and we see no for pawns, then we have to address it. So that's something that needs to be addressed prior to you going live. Okay. So again, what we're looking for is everything to be either yes or not applicable. We also keep track of the transaction count. And we do this because sometimes customers want to get live really fast. And so they just do a few pawns and a few interest payments and everything is correct and good. But they really need to do a lot more transactions to make sure that the settings are vetted out. And so we like to see a minimum of 30 transactions on each transaction type you do. So this is why we count the transactions. Now, when everything is good and you go through it and you click I agree, that's a trigger to my tech team to follow up with a phone call to just double check one last time before you go live. So whatever date you set to go live and you click I agree, they're going to call you a few days prior to that date going live and to ask you some of the questions on this checklist. Again, just to confirm that we are covered. Okay? Now, once that is set and you're ready to go live, what you'll do is you'll send us that backup file one last time and we'll migrate that in. And then that is the file that you'll use to go live. Now, the great thing about PawnMate is that we don't force you to go live without doing any testing. We're going to migrate your data into PawnMate and you're going to use that data to train your staff with. We're going to use that data to vet any settings issues out so that when you go live, there should be minimal issues that you have to deal with. Okay, so that's how PawnMate brings people from just starting to going live. Now there's a few things in between, such as setting up your equipment and the daily emails that go out to help guide you through the system. But in essence, this is how you go live. Now, that's into the video. If you guys have any comments, make them below. Other than that, I will talk to you soon. Thanks.